Welcome friends, welcome to Kiss Up Cards, where I keep it simple, stamping it up, making beautiful cards, and giving kindness out one card at a time. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking time out of your summer to spend some time with me. I love sharing with you. I love my card friends, my card making friends, and so I'm bringing to you Scrappy Summer. I am working with scraps, just trying to use up my scraps, and I'm doing a pretty good job of it. And so today I'm going to show you how to use punches. We're going to use a heart-shaped punch on how to use up those scraps to make a card as well. So let's get to my craft table. All right, down here on my craft table, I have some scraps. I am using the one right underneath here, the Storybook Friends. And so I took some pieces and I just cut some hearts out of it. This one I'm still gonna try and get something out of there. So I cut some hearts out. So that's what we're going, all aflutter with hearts today. And I cut a heart out of there. And I strategically placed the heart so that when it cut it out, I had most of the house, most of the bunny. I had another one here, and most of the squirrel. So I'm going to use these, and I could flip this over and use this side as well, but I think I'm going to stick with this. So you can use your punches. Your punches work very well as well to use up your scraps and cut them out. All right. I'm going to make my card. I'm going to move this out of the way. I don't need this file folder anymore. So this is how I just, in case you haven't seen it, this is how I keep my paper. I keep it in a file folder, and I put the scraps on top and the bigger pieces at the back, so that when I open it, the first thing I see are the scraps. I find this has worked out better for me. I used to keep all the scraps, like this stuff, not so much this stuff, but the smaller pieces, all together with all the papers. And I found I was often looking and searching, and I was not wasting, but I was utilizing a lot of time in searching for paper, and this made it a lot easier. I don't spend as much time searching for paper. And then I can use the same paper pack relatively on the same card. So now we want a landscape card. So I am going to, I could easily use the other way. So you either score at 4 1/4, cut at 5 1/2, and you've got 2 cards out of 1 piece of cardstock, or you turn it around and you score at 5 1/2 and cut at 4 1/4. The basic card measurements. Took me a while to get there, but I finally did. So there, this is the way the card is going to open up. So this was a piece of scrap in my cardstock, and I'm like, oh, that goes really well with, picks up the color of the chimney in the paper. So I thought this is going to go really well, and it's, you know what? It's going to work beautifully. So now I want to make it, so my card is 5 1/2. I want to make it 5 1/8. No, sorry. 5 1 2 3/8, or you could go by quarters. I've just started working more with 1/8 measurements. So now I still have another piece of cardstock, so I'll put that in with the others. And my card was 4 1/4, so I'm going to make it 4 1/8. If you're not, and just a sliver. So I may use that for the inside of the card or something. All right, so that is going to go on here. And then I need another white piece, and I'm going to get a thin piece of cardstock. So in our white, we have 2, and I keep this separate from my thick cardstock because then I already, so this is a thinner white cardstock, and this is a thicker white cardstock. So the thinner one works really well to add layers. Then you're not adding as much weight to your layers as you would with the heavier cardstock. So that's really a nice. So I have both. So I need to stop and think about this. So I did 5 3/8. So now I'm going to do 5 1/4. So let me just cut that piece to 5 1/4. I always do the larger measurement first. That way I know I'm going to get what I need out of the paper. And then this one, I'm going to cut at 4 because our card is 4 1/4. Then I cut the orange. Trying to think of the name of it. So it's 4 1/4. So the orange layer is 4 1/8. And then now I'm going to go to 4. So it's just going to give me a narrow outline like that, and it will be put on the card like this. Now, before I do anything, I could take my heart shape, or any punch for that matter, and punch out the center, because you're not going to see that, baby, and you'll have that for, so now I'm going to just set this aside. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to flip that one over. I'm going to put these 2 pieces at the back, and then these I'm going to, we'll see. Some of them I'm going to raise up. So let me just get those glued down. You can set them anywhere you want. This is just the design that I've seen. Oh, got glue on my finger. Ugh, I always get glued up. So again, we're just using scraps. We're not cutting into the designer series paper. Now, I think in trying to get that bunny, I have a little place where that is not pointed. So I'm wondering if I can cover it up somehow. I think what I'll do is I'll put it in the center, pop it up, and think I'll put a bow on there. No, I want the house in the center. I think that kind of looks good. All right, I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals. You know what? I'm not sweating that. Oh, that kind of went hanging over the edge there. So I'm going to slip that off and put it this way. All right. And again, this one, oh, not doing well with my dimensionals. You can just slip them off. They're not quite glued on. So I didn't make that point very well, and I just noticed it now. So I will do something about it. Not sure what. That looks nice popped up. You can see I'm using around the outside edge of my Stampin' Dimensionals. That's all good stuff. Use it up, folks. It's just not the nice little shapes that we're used to, but use it up. Oh, that's going to go. So I'm going to pop this up here. So you can lay this out. You can use fun colors, anything you want. I'm going to pop this up. Now I'm just thinking I have a great big greeting and I don't think it's going to work. So let me just move this down a bit. Oh, I like that better. It's joining those guys. So this is okay if it goes off the card because it's going to line up on here and then on here, and so it'll still all be on the card. And get all those little dimensional backings out of the way. Now I have, and that's not going to fit. You know what? It's not going to fit. I wanted it just on the white, but you know what? This looks okay if it's going to go on the hearts as well. So let's do that. You know what? You just go with the flow. And so I'm using my Memento black ink. And I don't know if any of you are yelling at me right now. I often say that, don't I? I forgot to put my little padding underneath because this is a photopolymer stamp. Oh, that did not work. It's because of the paper. Yeah, so that does not work. Okay, so let's take these guys off. So see, you know, you try something, you experiment, and you find out it does not work. So I'm just going to take these guys off of here. This, I can't do anything about it. Just goes to show you, you know, if you're trying to do something on the fly, you know, and so I think what so because this is such a light paper, I am going to have to get a new one. I'm not sure what I'll do with that one, but okay, I think what I'm going to do is put the sending on first. That would make sense. And so I've got 3 different stamps from 3 different stamp sets. So I've got the sending from here. I've got this type of font of love. I'm not sure that's going to fit. And then I have love you, but it's sending you love. So I might have to use this one because it might be smaller because of the room on my card. All right, so I do need that file folder back with the paper. And there we go. All right, so we got those. Stamp those. All right, so I'm going to do the sending first. So a note to self, if you've got a large font, and you know what I can do? All right, so we're going to, and I think I'm going to put it off to the side here. That's on there, okay. You have so much better success if you remember to put that foam pad underneath these photopolymer. And photopolymer are the see-through ones. And these are the red rubber stamps. But they have a foam pad on them, so you don't have to worry about them. So, and then if you put your stamp down slow, let it just sit there. Let the ink just sink into the paper. I'm pressing down on it. I'm not rocking it because if I have ink off the lettering somewhere, there we go. And I want the house in the center, so I can pop that like right there near the, okay. Oh yeah, I wanted the house to go on last. So I'm I'm going to put both sides just off a little bit, and then the house in the center. Now I'm going to do Sending You Love. So I'm going to use this one because I think yeah, it might work. Okay, so I only want the U stamped. So I can take my stamp pad, turn it upside down and hold it carefully. I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't get it ink on it, and just stamp the U. Or you could go like this just on the edge of your stamp pad. You can do that as well, because you can see through this. That wouldn't work so well on the red rubber stamp, but you could do that on here. So sending, you know what? I think I need to get the ink off here so I don't get it on my little, and I'm on my foam. I can feel it underneath. Sending You. I think that will fit there. All right. So this one I will have to turn it upside down. The reason why we have two different kinds of stamps is red rubber stamps, you can have more detail in them compared to the photopolymer. So that's why we have two kinds of stamps. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I still need my glue, but let me cover my ink so I'm not. Turn this over. Now, another thing I could take, if you had a punch that had fancy corners, you could make some fancy corners on here. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cut this. Oh my goodness. What is the measurement of this? This is 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right. Okay. Well, see, I make mistakes too. I had grabbed that white piece and I did not measure it. And the love is not going to fit. So it happens, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't always go as planned, and that happens. So, knowing that, I am going to get this. No, I'm going to get a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to just get the thick white cardstock. That's this piece. Okay. All right. So I want, because I'm going by eighths, I did 5 3/8. So now I'm going to do 5 1/4. Got this at 5 1/4, and then because I had the card is at 4 1/4, and I cut the orange piece at 4 1/8. This is going to be 4 inches. And that's just how you do matting. You just go down by the measurement increments that you want to do. That will go in my scrap pile. And that's what you do. So I think that sending will work, but I don't think the love will. Okay. All right. 3rd time's a charm. And you know what I could do? I could leave this all out and you wouldn't even know that I had some of these issues. But I don't think that's fair. I think you need to see that I sometimes struggle with card making. I wonder if I should put it in the middle. Okay, let's try that. And so it doesn't always work out. Some days it works out beautifully, just beautifully. And other days it does not. And today is one of those days. All right, so I need my paper back. I don't want this. I need my paper back, and I need, well, at least you're going to see me cut hearts out, punch hearts out. I have a 6-sided punch, which will work well with, I won't throw this out. I won't throw this out. Waste either. So let's just, this might be a little longer video, but let's figure out what we can do. Okay. All right. Let's glue this down. This up again. I have to lift this off to make it fit on another card anyway. So let's put that there. This is sticking to, oh, you know what? Put it on my adhesive mat because it will not, see, it won't stick to that at all. And I'll just let the glue dry. There we go. Okay, so I will do something with that. Then this, so I am going to put it a little off, and then this I'm going to put in the center. All right. This love you, but it says love you. Sending love you doesn't make sense. So I'm going to say sending you. I'll put it up here on an angle and then love. I might do that on an angle too. Now I got stickies on here. Oh dear. So I just use my gum eraser and that takes it off. There we go. All right. Okay. So because this is acrylic stamp, I can see through it, so I'll just do this. Clean that off, and now the love part. So it's very easy to see where the ink is going. Yeah, I'm going to put this straight. Sending you love. There we go. All right. I think I'm ready to move on and get on with this. All right, let's put glue on here. Let's see how I'm doing now. All right. Okay, so this is just going to be a little narrow border. Just picks up. And then I'm going to glue this onto here. I love matting cards like this. A ribbon that matches with this really well. That's this ribbon. I love the color of that ribbon. And then gems. So I had thought I would put something here because there is no point. There's no point. Is there a point to this video at all? All right, so I just need a little bow. Get this twisted out like that. It covers the U a bit. Maybe I could put it like this. Okay, so I just need a little tiny one. So I'm going to start this again. So I only need a little tail. I try not to cut too much off. Oh, that's perfect, because then the tail is just like that. And my scissors, and then I'll cut this like this. Oh, that's beautiful. So cute, so adorable. So let me get a glue dot on here. It's all about a cover-up. Nobody's gonna know that that did not have a point on it. And then I'm gonna get some gems. This will go really nicely. Take my pick tool. There we go. Finally got the card done. Here we go. There is the inside of the card, the outside of the card, and the inside of the card. To the second one I made, and I said I was going to cut it this way to fit on the card. Okay, I can't use this one because or I could mat it. All right, so let's get this is tacky now, so it's not too bad. So see, this is right at the edge. So my card is, I'm going to make it 4 inches. And that just works. So that I'm going to just throw this piece out. And if I put that on there, I have some glue up there, but you know what? I have a plan. I have a plan, my folks. And so I need to cover these up. So I will get the Storybook Friends out again. And this heart shape is really kind of cool because I can just I'm noticing my point again. This little paper, it has little characters on it, and so it's really kind of cool because I can, so I'm just going to go like this and then see what I can do with this little guy. I don't quite get all of it, but that's okay. You get the gist of it. Now I've got half a heart here. I'm okay with that. And this one I'll bring off. I can see glue up here. What I'm going to do is try and get a bow up there. Cover it up with ribbon. So this is going to go down here. Can't have, I could cut it, but there I can get most of it. So we got 3.5 hearts. But listen, we're saving it. And our border, we have more at the top and the bottom. That is, and just narrow on the sides, that is quite all right as well. There we go. So let's get that bow, and I may make a double. All right, so I see I'm just kind of cut it there. Whoops. Cut that like that. And then I'm just going to put it like this. It's that sticky spot really beautifully. See, we're rescuing the card front. I've put the hearts on, I've attached the card, I'll decorate the inside. And just covered up, like there was a little bit of paper there that was kind of not doing well, and there we go. We've rescued the card. I do love the bow up in the corner. Looks really good, and that'll go in the envelope just really nicely as well. So rescued it. So here we go, having 2 cards. Now this one, I do like this one. That's my favorite. Which is your favorite? A or B? I mean, this card is just as beautiful. It's just as beautiful. So there we go. Scrappy Summer. Had a crappy time putting these together. But it's done. I got 2 cards out of it. Well, that was quite an adventure. Maybe I could break it up and you could choose your own adventure. That was quite something. But you know what? Don't sweat the small stuff. Go rogue, go do something different. Just try to fix it up the best way you can. So this was my first card I made. Sending you love for your happy birthday. I could have just done birthday as well. And then I had to put flowers in because I made a boo-boo here. There's a little black mark there, but I put the flower to distract. People won't know. They won't see it. They'll be like, my gosh, that's a beautiful card, and they won't even see it. Trust me, people come at it. It's like when you go into a new home or for the first time, you don't see all the things. You can't. Your eyes can't, and your mind can't take it all in. So don't sweat it. Just cover it up. It's all about a cover up. I made a boo-boo on this because of the size. I didn't cut it down. So it was like, okay, what do I do with this? So I cut the side off, and I've just got a wider border at the top and bottom and narrow on the side, and I mean, it looks gorgeous as well. And so just put it on, punched out some more of the paper and put it all together. So there you have it. Punches. Use your punches. Look at your punches and say, okay, what can I do with my punch? I have about these punches is I have them for putting stamping sentiments on, but I'm just showing you how much more you can use those punches as well, and just adding to the value that those punches have as well. So I am just thrilled with these cards. They are just gorgeous. I have to finish my envelopes yet. I haven't done that, but I will finish my envelopes. Now, I want to share with you that Stampin' Up is having a sale, and it's a pretty good sale. And I have to share, my cart is full. I think I'm going to have to make a decision as to what not to get. And it's interesting because, so let me just start first. 15% off all the new in colors, the 25 to 27 in colors. There's 24 to 26. Those are the old in colors, but the new in colors. And you'll see that when you go in on the online store, you'll see what's on sale. It'll be in red. It'll have the original price stroked out, and it'll have it in red what the sale is. So it's quite easy to see what's on sale. So 15% off the in color items. So that could be your gems, your markers, your blends, your paper, your designer series paper, your cardstock. So anything that has those colors in it will be 15% off. Then, as a customer, you get a reward of 10% off your purchases. So that's pretty exciting. Now, you won't be able to use it on this purchase, but you can use it on a future purchase, the next one or down the road. They do expire after a year, but Stampin' Up is really good. When you go into your account, they'll tell you what's expiring so you can use it up. So it's for you. It's to say thank you for being our customer. We just want to reward you. So the 15%, I have not jumped on the bandwagon for new, in color, what's new, what's out there. I'm just like, I gotta work with what I have. I can't be forever spending, and I have a limited space. So I have to work with my containers. My big container is my room, my craft room, which I share with my granddaughter because she has her own thing going on across the room. So I have my space, and I love that. I love that I get to share with her. That is just beautiful for me. And then I have containers for different things, for punches, for stamps, for gems, for ribbons, and I have to stay within those containers. So I don't usually jump on the bandwagon of new things that have come out. But I tell you, at 15% off, I'm jumping on the bandwagon because that is awesome, an awesome sale. And the one color I do love is Strawberry Slush. I think the other color I might like is Secret Sea. They're calling it the new black. So check it out. Go to my online store. I've in my last video, I had put some links into some of those products just to get you go into the store. And today I'll put in some different links to get you going. So if you want to go back to the last video and see what the links were, or today's link, but then just select all products and then just go through. And then how I go through is, because sometimes I can't find the one that I saw at the beginning and I don't want to scroll through for it again, I put everything that I like in my cart. Or you can heart it is the theme for today. You can heart it and put it in a list. So you don't have to put it in your cart. You can make a list and then you can choose from your list. So a couple of different ways that you can do it. But if you do see something and it strikes your fancy, put it in your list or put it in your cart. And then I go and you know what? I have a budget. I have a budget of what I spend each month at Stampin' Up. And then I go in and I'm like, okay, it's over budget. Now I have to make decisions. And sometimes it's hard, but then I put it in my list to have it for the next time. And because my space, I often talk about my space, but it's huge. Because my space is organized and I have things in zones, the stamps together, the punches together. I didn't have that before. What would happen is I would buy something I liked again. So, well, because I liked it, so then it was like, well, I don't think I have it, so I better get it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 2 of them now. So organizing my space was very important for that too. So having zones for the cardstock, for the designer series paper and that has been very, very helpful for me. And then I have my workspace and I always organize it after I'm done. I do not come back to a messy workplace space. I organize it and put everything back where it's supposed to be, so it's easier to find. And then when I come in to start working again, it's clean. I don't have to organize it and clean it up before I start working. So that's just some of the little tips that I have been doing that really help make card making very enjoyable for me. I didn't do that before, and you'll probably hear it again in the future. It's just really, really important for me, and I just love to share tips and tricks with you. So show me some of your workplaces, your workspaces. What do you have that you can make cards at? So with that being said, check out the sales. They're great. Thank you for joining me through my crazy adventure of card making this week, today. And I hope to see you again. I'll be back next Tuesdays and Thursdays. And keep making those cards, but not only make them, but send them out, sharing kindness one card at a time.